I was 12 years old when it happened. It was an ordinary Saturday, one of those days when you wake up with nothing to do. I was on school break, and, as always, I decided to go out for a bike ride. My favorite pastime was cycling to the city center, riding around a bit, and coming back home by late afternoon. My parents knew the route, so they let me go without worry. The way back was a long road, one of those lined with trees on both sides, with very little traffic. It was beautiful, but at the same time, there was something quiet and lonely about it. That day, the sun was slowly setting, painting everything in a golden orange hue that made the shadows long and time feel slower. I was riding peacefully, feeling the wind on my face, when I saw something strange on the shoulder, on the right side of the road, a small, unmoving shape. I approached it carefully, and when I got closer, I realized it was a kitten. Very small, dirty, skinny. It was sitting there, staring straight at me. I leaned my bike against a wooden fence that bordered the road and slowly walked toward it. I was curious, but also felt a bit sorry for it. It looked fragile, but its gaze, it was intense. It wasn't the look of a scared animal, it was a direct gaze, almost like it had been waiting for me. I crouched down, reached out my hand, and whispered, "Hey, little kitty, it's okay, come here, I won't hurt you." The kitten meowed, a weak sound, almost a whimper. I took another step, and then it suddenly turned and ran off, disappearing into the bushes behind the fence. I hesitated, thought about going back to my bike and continuing on my way, but something was pulling me, a strange curiosity, almost like I'd been called. I jumped over the fence and went into the bushes after it. At first, it looked like just a shallow patch of brush, some leaves, low branches, easy to walk through. But as I went deeper, the trees got taller and closer together. The ground was covered with dry leaves, exposed roots, and the fading sunlight barely filtered through the treetops. The air grew colder and damp, and little by little, the sound of the road vanished completely. I kept walking, calling for the cat now and then. "Kitty, where'd you go?" No response, no noise. Not even a meow, nothing. That's when I noticed everything had become too quiet. A strange, heavy silence. Even the crickets had stopped. I took a few more steps, trying not to panic, when I finally heard a meow, but it wasn't like before. It was longer, drawn out, and seemed to echo between the trees. It was hard to tell where it was coming from. I followed the sound. I walked, listened, tried to find a clue, but the forest seemed to play with me. Every time I thought I was getting closer, the meow drifted farther away. It was like it was leading me, then suddenly, everything stopped again. The sound vanished, and I felt it, that something was wrong. I looked around. Trees, branches, shadows. Nothing looked familiar. I couldn't see the sky, no sign of the road or the fence. I was lost. My heart started racing. I pulled out my phone. No signal. The screen flickered, glitched, then froze. That's when I saw movement among the trees. A small, quick shadow. The cat. It appeared again, standing still between two thick trunks, just staring at me. This time, it didn't look scared. It was calm, still. I moved closer, slowly, and again, just like before, it turned and vanished into the brush. But something told me not to keep going. There was something in the air, a strange smell, sweet and metallic at the same time, the kind of smell that makes your skin crawl. Then suddenly, I heard a snap behind me, like a branch breaking. I turned, startled. Nothing, but I felt it, like someone, or something, was watching me. I can't explain it. It was like I had stepped into a place I wasn't supposed to be. That's when panic hit me. I started running without direction, trying to get out of there. Scraped my arm on a thorn, tripped over roots, banged my knee on a rock. I just wanted to go back. I needed to see the road, the bike, anything to tell me I was still in the real world, and then, finally, I saw a sliver of light, a gap between the branches. I ran toward it with everything I had. Branches scratched my face. My feet slipped on leaves, but I kept going, until suddenly, I burst out of the woods and collapsed onto the ground. I got up slowly. I was back on the road. The sky was already dark. The first stars had started to appear, and my bike was still there, leaning against the fence, exactly where I had left it. I looked at my watch. Nearly 2 hours had passed, but to me, it didn't feel like I had been in there that long. I rode home in silence. My clothes were dirty, my arm scratched, my knee throbbing. When I got home, my mom asked what had happened. I just said I had fallen off my bike, but I didn't tell her the rest. I didn't mention the cat, the forest, the eerie silence, the metallic smell, or that feeling of being watched. Today, years later, I still pass by that road from time to time, and I always look at that same spot. I never saw the cat again, but sometimes, especially on the quietest afternoons, when the sun begins to set and the road turns golden, I still hear the meow dot, and for just a moment, it all comes back, like I never left that place. If you enjoyed this story, subscribe to the channel and prove you're truly brave enough to keep listening to real accounts like this. Mysterious, real, and sometimes unexplainable stories. POSTE here almost every day, so turn on notifications, grab your headphones, and watch out for what's watching you in the dark. See you in the next story.